Hey everyone! In today's video I'm going to try and recreate the retro hair waves that Juliana Crane wears on Man in the High Castle. And instead of working with a curling iron, I'm going to do this by using a set of hot rollers by Babyliss Pro. Now technically, the section of hair that you select for each roller shouldn't be wider than the cylinder. In other words, it shouldn't hang over the sides. But I have long hair, and since I know I won't have enough rollers for my entire head, I may have to ignore this little styling rule in certain places. But for now, I'll do my best to stick to it, and I've started by using a roller to measure out a strip of hair along the center of my head. Personally, I've always thought of this as one of the most important sections in a roller set, as most of the height and shape are formed in this top layer, so I tend to take the most time here. I also use the largest rollers that I have so as to retain length while simultaneously increasing volume. And when it comes to actually putting them in, I usually start in the middle of the strand by curling the ends around and then rolling them down to my head. A quick tip is to wiggle the roller side to side as you wind it towards your scalp. This silly motion actually helps the hair on both sides of the roller to lay flush and even on the cylinder. And I think you can probably see that I'm wrapping everything in the same direction, which is over and around so that the hair is all focused away from the face. As I came to the sides of my head, I switched to the smaller rollers in my set. The smaller the roller, the tighter the curl. The tighter the curl, the more length is used. And in this way, it makes sense to put these sized barrels along the side of the face. My medium ones went right behind them and under and around my crown. And just as I predicted, I didn't have enough rollers to cover everything, so I did in fact have to resort to a curling iron and some pin curl clips for the lowermost portion of my head. Once everything is up, I doused the whole thing in my favorite hairspray and I waited for about 15 minutes for the rollers to completely cool. If you take them out before this, your set is less likely to be successful. Electric rollers are warm, but definitely not hot in the same way a curling iron is, so it takes a little longer for the heat to change the hydrogen bonds within the strands. So while you wait, you can do makeup or have a cup of tea. When it was time, I took them out and used a combination of gentle finger raking and hair brushing to blend the waves and curls together. I also used a rat tail comb to turn my center parting into a side one, and that too was helpful in adding in some volume, especially to the heavier side of the part. Now you can leave it as it is since the actress often sports a completely loose-haired look, but I'm going to take it just one step further by pinning up the smaller side. To make the roll, I gathered a section of hair and put a bobby pin onto it, at which point I then used it to turn the hair inwards. I suppose that you can think of this almost like it were a mini French twist, because it sort of looks like one, and when you pin it, you'll need to grab hair from both the roll and the scalp just like you would if you were using all your hair to do this. I also used a little bit of Aveda's dry oil to smooth down stray hairs and stretch out the waves. And with that, I was done with my hair and ready to start my day. I hope you all enjoyed this simple demonstration, and until next time, have fun and keep braiding. Bye!